I completed Flintlock The Siege of Dawn. Flintlock The Siege of Dawn is an action RPG slash Souls-like slash light video game that released on July 18th, 2024. I'm not gonna lie that it took a while for me to get into this game, but I'm honestly really glad that I stuck with it till the end. If you are someone new to the Souls-like slash light genre like myself, I would definitely recommend this game. Flintlock is not as punishing as other Souls games, so if you want a taste of a Souls-like slash light game, this game is definitely worth the try. Obviously, Flintlock does nothing revolutionary with its combat or story, but let's be honest, we only really care about the achievements slash the platinum for this game. Now, Flintlock The Siege of Dawn has 38 achievements slash 39 trophies, obviously because it's the platinum. And according to powerfix.com, they rate Flintlock a 3 out of 10 difficulty, but a 7 out of 10 difficulty without an exploit. Powerfix also estimates it from 30 through 35 hours to earn all of the achievements slash the platinum, but honestly, I completed it way below the approximation. So stay tuned till the end of the video to see my difficulty rating for this list and my total time that it took me to unlock everything. Luckily, we only need one playthrough, and yes, you can revisit the map after you beat the game. So thank you for that, Flintlock. However, you will have to play this game on normal. If you happen to run into trouble, whether it's a certain achievement slash trophy or just the boss itself, I will have a guide for all the bosses and then also for some certain achievements. So make sure to check out my channel for that. There are 2 achievement slash trophies that I'm going to highlight. The first highlighted achievement slash trophy is to earn 50,000 reputation. Now, you're supposed to unlock this by defeating the final boss, but at this current time, it is glitched. But there is an exploit, and I'll talk about it towards the end of the video as well. And the second achievement slash trophy, it's going to be on weapon upgrades, so it kind of depends. It's not necessarily a weapon, it's just, I guess, the order that you leave last, correct? But it's all because of the resources. However, there is an exploit that can make this a lot easier, and I'll talk about that just in a little bit. Now, let's talk about my journey with Flintlock. I normally separate achievement slash trophies into stages, okay? So stage 1 is to just simply play and enjoy the story. Stage 2 will consist of miscellaneous achievement slash trophies, which usually contain mission-based achievement slash trophies and side quests. And finally, stage 3 is just for collectibles. I love me those collectibles. But luckily, we only have to collect 30 of them to earn the achievement slash trophy. I decided to play Flintlock on Xbox because the game made its way over to Game Pass, so obviously I wanted to save some money, but also just want to let you guys know that I also hunt for trophies, right? So not just Xbox, and hopefully some Steam achievements as well. So stay tuned for other games as well. Now, let's begin with stage 1. The story of Flintlock started 10 years ago when the army of the dead began to attack the living world. We meet Boz, who is like our father figure who volunteered to participate in a suicide mission. The main protagonist of this world is Nor. Nor reads the letter that Boz left her, letting her know that he would not make it back. After she read Boz's letter, she immediately sets up to find Boz and help him on this mission. At this point, the game throws a tutorial at you, but the main thing that we need to focus in the tutorial is a reputation. Again, if you play Souls-like slash light games, there's usually a currency that you use to upgrade weapons and unlock special skills, right? And then obviously if you die, you technically lose the currency, but you can always go back to that certain place and you must pick it up to earn back all that currency. Another important factor about reputation is the more enemies you take down and the different techniques that you use to take them down will also grant you a higher multiplier. So obviously you want to try to have a higher multiplier as much as you can so that you can multiply your current actual reputation before you turn it in, right? But be warned, if you take damage by anything in this game, your multiplier will disappear. And trust me, I had to learn that the hard way where I thought the multiplier would stick whenever I would take damage, but you technically actually just lose it all. So if you're a high roller, obviously try to get it as high as you can, and obviously cash it in when you are uncertain of a certain enemy. So it's best to just manually cash in your reputation while you have a multiplayer, and as this will help you in the long run with certain achievements slash trophies. Now, making our way back to the story, we make our way to Boz and decide to join his mission. The mission was to blow up the portal that is allowing the dead to cross over. The gang made their way over to the portal and were able to set up explosives. Then, suddenly, a Sphinx look-alike beast just appeared out of nowhere. and thus our first boss fight began. The Sphinx Beast is not meant to be beaten. I'm not 100% sure because I died pretty quickly. But as soon as you are knocked out, the next cutscene begins to play, as if you're meant to technically lose. Even though the Sphinx defeated us, we were still able to set off the explosives destroying a shield that was protecting the portal. The aftermath of the explosion pushed us off of the cliff, sending us down to the ocean. We woke up to a mysterious voice telling us that we had released Uru, the god of destruction, aka the Sphinx, by blowing up the portal. The mysterious voice revealed itself to us, and in front of us, there was a fox named Enki. It so happens that Enki is also a god, and he would like to help us take down Uru. We declined Enki's help as we despise gods. Again, this is the reason why the Army of Dead are here, because of the gods. So, therefore, we attacked Enki. But soon after, the fox god showed us the power of a god by using his magical powers, thus ending the fight. We then agreed to team up with Enki as we feel the guilt of releasing the god of destruction. With the help of Enki, we liberated the first hamlet, aka the first outpost, where she happens to cross paths with Baz. And in that moment, Boss tells us how the army of the dead grew in numbers. Boss needed us to travel to Three Peaks to ask for their army to aid against the war with the dead. It so happens that the army from the Three Peaks is the oldest, but also the most powerful army. So with their help, the living actually stood a chance to survive. Shortly after this is where the game introduces us to resources. Sulfur, iron, and wood. This will most likely be the factor to decide how easy or how hard the difficulty of all the achievements / the platinum will be. Just a little tip. When you're out there in the open world, collect every sulfur, iron, and especially wood, because this is going to be a pain in the butt later down the road. All resources must be found in the open world. Again, you can't buy them, and they are required to upgrade armor and weapons. So pick up every wood that you see, especially wood. The next objective for us was to find a forge master named Zheng, so that Zheng could help us reach the castle. Oh, and did I forget to mention that the army of knights that we're seeking have turned against us and the gang? Yeah. Next up, we finally unlocked our first achievement / trophy, and it only took us 4 hours to get our first one. Again, I will have to say this, that there were 2 achievements that did not pop out for me. I don't know if they glitched, but they did unlock, right? Again, one of them was for destroying 5 enemies in 2 seconds, which clearly I did it a lot of times, and to die 10 times, which clearly I died way more than 10 times. For this achievement / trophy, just reach 1,000 reputation and choose to receive it, or obviously get hit, like I mentioned earlier. Shortly after that, we unlocked another achievement / trophy by sliding down for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's simple. Okay, so this is just a little side rant, but damn, did this shield guy beat the living hell out of me so many times that he actually made me call it quits for the day. How am I dying to this thing so many times, bruh? And when I finally actually defeated him, it only got worse from that. Because after defeating that guy, there were 2 other ones after him. And once you defeat those guys, there's a really big night. So, yeah, I called it quits for that day. But funny thing, though, I did come back the next day, and I literally beat all of them on my first try. It's kind of funny how stuff like that works. Just take a break and breathe. I think that's just a solution to that. Oh, and this barrel literally took me minutes to freaking find. And it was honestly at this point that I literally began to question myself if I still wanted to continue playing this game. But it's a good thing I could still continue playing this because I really enjoyed this game. This is a really good freaking game. Anyways, enough of my rants. Let's get back to the main story. On the way to Three Peaks, we got word that the judges, aka the government, were corrupted, thus the reason why the knights went rogue. Just as we were to arrive to the castle, we unlocked another achievement / trophy, which was to activate 20 skulls. Now, the skulls activate drift, which create shortcuts, and then these skulls are really easy to find. So trust me, these drifts make it less stressful to maneuver around the open world, and especially to places where you might have been KO'd. Again, you have to pick up your currency / reputation. So, if you want to recover back your reputation, activate the skulls. Okay, time for another little rant. Right as we made it into the castle, we had to fight a knight made out of stone, but the main problem wasn't just the knight. It was the fact that a second knight would appear, so now you had to face 2 of them. And well, there went 30 minutes of my life. Yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it was time for us to fight against the first boss of this game, who happens to be a god named Ramuja. Now, I was able to find the pairing patterns pretty quickly, but sometimes executing is a different story. And this is what makes a Souls-like game a Souls-like, where you got to figure out the pattern of the boss that you're fighting. It took me a couple of tries to trigger Ramuja's second phase, and when I did get to the second phase, I had no clue what I was freaking doing. After a couple tries, the first phase was a breeze to get through, and finally, the second phase was no longer an issue for me. After we defeated Ramuja, we unlocked another Achievement Slash trophy, but before Ramuja was vanished, the god actually told us that Enki, our little fox, was actually the god of death. So now, after defeating Ramuja, we decided to invest into our health. And in order to increase our overall health, we have to find some shrines. They're pretty easy to find, and there's only about 5 to 6 of them, so not too bad on that. All we have to do is find these shrines and pray on them. That's literally it. Now, I usually like to leave side quests for stage 2, but since this game is a Souls-like, I need all the help that I can get. And by that, I was just trying to get reputation and try to unlock other weapons. But I will say that the regular axe and the regular pistol that you get is all you really need. And talking about the side quests, as you progress through the story, you will earn some party members that you cannot use, but they're going to be there so that you can upgrade certain weapons slash armor slash grenades, okay? Now, each one of those members has a personal side quest. And by completing all 4 of them, you'll unlock an Achievement Slash trophy, but a little bit more on that later on in the video. So, to start off on that Achievement Slash trophy, we actually started and completed Boz's personal side. So that was 1 out of 4. I continued completed other side quests, and along the way, we unlocked the 20 headshots Achievement Slash trophy. So, pretty self-explanatory on that one. And continuing being sidetracked from the actual main story, we ended up collecting a feather which boosts Enki's magic ability. And trust me, Enki is really helpful. So, again, not too many feathers, just about 5 of them, and they really help out his magic. Fine. It's time to get back to the actual main story. So now, the crew got word that another god has taken over a town. So, as always, we made our way towards the next town, which was Wanderer's Keep. Next up, we ended up liberating another outpost, which, again, there's another Achievement Slash trophy for liberating all of the outposts. So, little by little, we're starting to chip off of all of the side missions, personal side missions, and outposts, and obviously resources and stuff, okay? And I did forget to mention that by liberating outposts, we also get extra health flask, and you also unlock more side quests from completing those as well. So now, following the story, we encountered the magic of the next god, who actually ended up creating an evil version of us. Now, this evil Nor isn't actually a boss, but it is pertaining to a specific achievement slash trophy that's going to come down later down the road. But we did eventually end up getting an achievement slash trophy for defeating the evil Nor. Now, I ended up liberating a couple more outposts while also collecting resources. Again, always collect resources. And speaking about resources, we finally had enough resources and reputation to fully upgrade our melee weapon, which unlocked us the first Achievement Slash trophy for a weapon. On our way to the next god, we unlocked another Achievement Slash trophy, and this time was for activating 50 skulls. So yes, the first one was 20, this one's 50. Again, really easy to find everywhere, so activate them. And finally, we made our way to the next god, Dukmar. We actually beat the first phase on our first try, but then the second phase just obliterated us. Dude, are you I have it. Dude, look at that! What are you looking at? We got this. We got him. Now, after a few tries, Dukmar was defeated, but again, before Dukmar was defeated, he exposed Enki. This is the moment we found out that Enki was the reason that the army of the dead was infiltrating the living world after all. Enki was actually the guardian of the death world, but he ended up escaping because he wanted something more in life. So all this time, Enki made us believe that we were the reason the army of the dead infiltrated. Again, we blew up a portal, so he made us think it was because of us. Shortly after that, we gathered up the crew, and we told him the truth about Enki. Again, our crew, part of the army, the coalition, we lost a lot of people in that, friends and family. So with that, the crew wanted nothing to do with Enki, But we actually still needed Enki to help us take down the last god, which was Uru. At this point in the playthrough, I started completing side quests, collecting feathers, health, and resources. Again, with resources, we finally had enough to fully max out the sidearm, and another miscellaneous achievement / trophy was unlocked by defeating all of the bandit leaders. Again, when you take down some outposts, there's some bandits in there. Shortly after that, I completed all 4 of the personal side quests, which ended up unlocking us 3 achievements / trophies. These achievements / trophies were for completing all 4 personal side quests, like I mentioned earlier. Also, having completed the brother and sister side quests, which is part of the 2 personal quests. And lastly, for having all 3 pieces of a single armor set. Again, if you do all 4 personal side quests, you should get this set. Once again, we had enough resources to fully upgrade the secondary firearm, which scored us another achievement / trophy. And lastly, before we headed off to the last section of the game, we finished off most of the remaining side quests, and along the way, we unlocked another achievement for applying 3 different curses onto an enemy. And for this one, we had the poison, magic, and powder curse. And finally, we made our way to the last section. But before we fought Uru, we fully upgraded our helmet, unlocking us another achievement / trophy. Just as we reached the final castle to face off against Uru, another god named Inaya appeared to take us down. But this fight was going to be a little bit difficulty for Enki, as Inaya was his lover, the main reason why he wanted to escape the death world. So I'm not going to lie, this fight was frustrating for me just due to the fact that her attacks were so slow that it made parrying just a little bit challenging for me. Again, I was kind of used to the fast, attacks, and she was just really freaking slow. They're a little too slow. I'm predicting them way too fast. That was me. I was going way too aggressive on it. Are you dude? I'm right there. Right there. Look at the health. So it took me multiple tries to reach the second phase, but eventually we kept our calm. We took deep breaths, and we eventually took down Enki's baby mama. We also got another achievement / trophy for defeating Inaya, and once the fight is over, you automatically get 15,000 reputation. So just manually cash it in for another achievement / trophy. And just an FYI, the 15,000 reputation is always given to you after defeating her. So you should technically unlock this after you get hit or something. Now, with that reputation that we just earned, I unlocked the skill perk from the top row of the tree. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the final boss fight against Uru. Again, just in case if you don't know, at this point, Uru was the first boss we fought, but we got destroyed. But before we actually fought Uru, I had to call my wife to wish me good luck. I'm gonna fight the final boss right now. Just want to let you know that if I don't make it, just please keep my consoles alive, okay? All right, bye. I love you. If I don't make it, then it was a good one. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
Love you too. Ha! Okay, so immediately Uru mopped the floor with us. I had no clue how to block his attacks because, again, his figure was kind of taking up the entire screen, which was not the greatest fight. But then after time, we actually understood what his pattern was. And per usual, every boss fight typically has 2 phases, and Uru had a second phase as well. But right before that, there was a cutscene where it showed Enki ended up forcing Uru back to the death world. So, as always, we followed them to their world as well. Not gonna lie, the second phase kicked my ass so hard that I needed to take a break and come back the next day. Yeah, my ass was swollen after that. The next day, we actually had a better run as we were actually getting no hits on the first phase. But then the second phase was a different story. There was a point on the second phase where I'm pretty sure Uru glitched on me, allowing him to KO us just as we were about to defeat him. And then it took a while for me to get to that part again. Let's go, baby. Wait. Wait, what? You're supposed to be dead, bro. He got life back? Okay, that was probably my fault, right? How are you still alive? Okay, so you just keep on getting health back? Wait, so is this thing glitching on me? Bro, what the f is this happening? Oh my god, dude. Did he glitch? He must have glitched on me. What the f? Dude, I just had it. But soon after, I found out that it wasn't really a glitch. You do actually defeat him multiple times toward the end, but he doesn't have his full health. But you do have to take him down a couple times. And anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we defeated the final boss, giving us an achievement slash trophy. But according to the PowerFix guide, after you defeat Uru, you should automatically earn 50,000 reputation, which unlocks you the achievement slash trophy. But it was glitched at this moment where the game would take you immediately to the credit scene and not let you turn in the 50,000 reputation. So as the game forces you to go to the cutscene, it shows that there's the possibility of a sequel. And let me tell you, I'm all for it, baby, because I really enjoyed this game. All right, now that we completed the main story, it was time for Stage 2. Stage 2 is for unlocking the remaining miscellaneous achievement / trophies and side quests. Our next achievement / trophy was that we liberated all of the outposts, which then revealed us also the last side quest. Completing the final side quest unlocked us another achievement / trophy. Shortly after that, we found the remaining shrines giving us maximum health, and we also found the last feather giving us 2 achievements / trophies. Next up is the exploit to earn the 50,000 reputations, as the easy way to earn it was glitched. Again, you should have unlocked it after defeating Uru, but sucks. And basically what you have to do for this, it's in the last area where this certain enemy just respawns 2 enemies from the ground, and all you gotta do is just have them being summoned, go back to the point where they disappear, keep on going back and forth, back and forth. So after 25 minutes of farming, the earned 50,000 reputation achievement / trophy was finally ours. Also, you can use this method to farm for weapon upgrades and for the skill tree as well. After farming, we fully upgraded one of our grenades, which again, you only gotta do one, which then unlocks us another achievement / trophy. Next up, we needed to defeat all revenants who are technically mini bosses. There are a total of 4 revenants, but as I mentioned earlier, 2 of them should have been completed as they are part of the main story. And there's also an achievement / trophy for collecting all the firearms. Again, just do all the side quests and then it's pretty easy to find them as well. The next achievement / trophy was to maintain the rift travel without entering a rift for 60 seconds. Now, I personally found a really good spot to unlock this where you don't have to change your sensitivity. There were a few of them where they said, hey, you need to change your sensitivity. But if you want this, what I thought was an easy way as well, just check out the channel as I'll have a guide for this specific achievement / trophy. Now at this moment, this is where we start kind of wrapping up all the easy ones as well. So we had to shoot our firearm inside of the coffee shop. Soon after that, buy the cheapest outfits and just equip them. And then lastly, we had to defeat 3 enemies in a row from the minigame called Sebo. Now, for this following achievement / trophy, you must buy a skill that allows you to deflect projectiles, and you must deflect 10 projectiles back at that enemy. This is a pretty easy skill that you can buy, so it's nothing really expensive. Now, the second to last achievement / trophy was by far the most miserable one, as I needed to find wood. Like I mentioned earlier, wood / resources. In my opinion, wood is definitely the most scarce resources in the game. So it took us about 2 to 3 hours just to find 90 pieces of wood. Again, they come in stacks, so you don't actually have to find 90 of them, but it was still a freaking pain in the butt to actually find them. So after collecting 90 woods, we were able to fully upgrade our last weapon, which was the blunt melee weapon. Again, for this specific achievement / trophy, you can technically do the blunt melee weapon first, and then your last one will just be a firearm. So, you know, it can kind of swap between it all. It just the resources is the issue. And then obviously you're watching this before you're trying out the game, right? So if you're on PlayStation, there's actually an exploit for this where you can upload your save file to the cloud and just keep on repeating to download the old file to cheese the weapon upgrades, right? So again, for one of them, if you have a bunch of resources, so for example, if you have enough resources to fully upgrade the axe weapon, which is just your melee weapon, unlock the achievement / trophy, then save the old file back into your game. And then this time you'll have all the resources again, but this time spend it on all of your firearms and back and forth like that. Now, I don't know about Xbox on how to do this, so I'm not too sure if this can be on Xbox. Again, I'm an Xbox player as well, but I don't know how to do this. And finally, for stage 3, which is the collectible stage. The final achievement / trophy was to shoot down all 30 flags, which for only having 30 collectibles was music to my ears, man. I hate collectibles. I just hate them. And with that, we had unlocked all 38 achievements. 39 if you're doing it for the PlayStation, right? So for the platinum. My total hours for unlocking all of the achievements was 19 hours. Again, PowerFix estimated this to be around 30 to 35 hours, and I'm still new to Souls-like / light games, so if I unlocked all the achievements, then so can you. Now, I do agree with the PowerFix guide that this would be a 2/3 out of 10 difficulty if you used the backup save to upgrade the weapons. But if you were like me, where I did it the hard way, again, just because I don't know how to do this on Xbox, I would give this list a 6 out of 10. This list consisted of fun miscellaneous achievements and trophies, and you didn't need to upgrade every single weapon or unlock all the skills, right? But most importantly, it only had 30 flags to shoot down. Again, there wasn't really any cool or unique achievement / trophy in this game, but aside from the resources, there wasn't anything too grindy. I truly enjoyed the combat, the mechanics, and the bosses, which definitely boosted my mood to unlock all the achievements / platinum Flintlock. So that's it for me on Flintlock. I definitely recommend it if you enjoy Souls-like / like, or if you just want a taste of this genre. This was my first review for an achievement / platinum list, so there's definitely room to improve. So hopefully later down the videos, I can get a lot better, okay? And also check out my channel for other guides for Flintlock. So yeah, now that we're done, just let me know on stuff that I can improve. You know, obviously, like I mentioned just a little bit earlier, probably just do a better job in reviewing. Again, I kind of want to rate, I guess, the list, not the actual game, but let's do it more focused on the actual achievement / trophy list. Another thing is maybe some of you guys might not like the fact that I'm using achievements and trophies in the same sentence, even though for this specific video, I'm just earning achievements. But like I said earlier, I also do trophy hunts as well. So I feel like I can combine this for both, right? Because I mean, technically this is the way you get achievements and trophies for Flintlock, right? But other than that, yeah, just stay tuned as I'm trying to do this, I guess, journey with these platinum / all achievements routes. And also, I'm going to have guides for some of these games, right? Now, I know I'm a little bit late for this. It was my first one. And then just, so it would mean a lot to me if you do subscribe and just kind of help me improve in this journey. And we'll see where this takes us. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.